You're listening to the Talk of the Tribe, Wapsie Valley Warrior Podcast, brought to you by Little Wapsie Communications. Their state-of-the-art fiber network is complete in Fairbanks, ready to serve your home or business with the fastest internet in town. Orin Mutual Telephone Company. Serving the area since 1911, Orin Mutual is a modern, independently owned telephone company providing internet and telephone services to Orin, Iowa, and the surrounding rural area. RTC Communications. They are here to provide high-quality, superior service to you, the customer, by offering great customer service and the services you want and need to work and stay connected with family and friends. This is the Talk of the Tribe podcast, coming to you from the center of Warrior Country. Here are your hosts, Zach Favors and Riker Oberly.
Welcome into episode 10 of the Talk of the Tribe podcast. I'm your host, Zach Favors, joined today by Riker Oberly. We are here again. We're 10 episodes in. It's just us today, no hosts or no guests today for us, but it's Tuesday morning. I guess it's not 6:30 a.m. anymore. We're recording this at like 10:30 a.m.
We don't have school today, that's why.
Yeah, happy Labor Day for everybody. We're recording this the day after Labor Day, so happy Labor Day.
I would still be sleeping right now.
But we are here to record for you. We got a lot to talk about today. Do you want to just get going right into it? You think so, or do you think we're just going to talk here for a little bit more?
I mean, I have no idea. This morning was just chaos. We couldn't get anything.
We had the most issues we've had since softball season trying to record.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, and yeah, it's not good.
It wasn't even location, Wi-Fi, or audio.
No,
like
it was just
is.
connections. We didn't have our other stuff to like actually connect to the audio and all this stuff. But we're here now. We're recording. We're good to go. Episode 10 is gonna be a good episode. So, are we ready now? We're just gonna go into it.
I think I'm ready.
Okay. So we're gonna start off with freshman game, Denver. Last Friday.
That was the best thing that happened at Denver.
The rivalry continues. Another chapter was written. The Wapsie Valley Denver rivalry. The freshmen did win 24-0 after one quarter. Yes, the game ended after one quarter.
Because Denver didn't want to play.
We're not going to get into the specifics there, but more other than less, we kind of hurt their quarterbacks, so they didn't have another quarterback. But we had scored 24 points after one quarter. If you do simple math, 24 times 4 is 96.
Atta kid, there you go.
So 96 points. We can just say we won 96-0, you know. But no, it was a good game.
Allegedly.
Let's just say Ben Hogan hyped them up to the moon, bro. This guy, he was like, oh, they're going to be so good. And then we just got there, and it was like, oh, okay. This is the Denver we all are used to knowing. But, yeah, we are allowed to talk crap about Denver. They're Denver, but
our podcast is better.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have one.
I know.
But then it was a good start to the day over in Denver with the freshmen picking up a win. But
we are the best Bremer County. We are the best Bremer County, Iowa podcast in the world. So
I think we're the only one.
No, well, we don't have to get into the specifics here, but I mean.
But we started off really well. Momentum was totally in our favor going into the varsity game, picking up a win, but the momentum did not last long. Varsity came out, and they did score on their first drive, took the lead 6-0. A bad snap on the kick after try, but they were ahead 6-0. And I'm just gonna tell you that was the only lead they had the entire game. Was 6-0, and they held that lead for a grand total of like 20 seconds because Denver's first play from scrimmage was a 54-yard rushing touchdown, I believe.
I wasn't even there. I mean, I'm just hearing Zach and Berg complain about it today, and
I was running film for that, so doing some more filming for that, but it was, you kind of felt that Wapsie was in it, but they just couldn't get there.
Like the Chiefs against the Buccaneers Super Bowl. You're just waiting for that spark.
Yeah, we were just waiting for that one time where Wapsie was going to get back at it and start running the ball downfield, start scoring. The defense was going to show up. And it did happen. We finally got that spark. Ian Bazinski kick return for a touchdown on just the weirdest play I've ever seen. It was kicked to Drew Sauerbrei. He misses it. Then Bazinski thought Drew was going to catch it, so he misses it. It goes behind Ian, so he runs back, grabs the ball, runs all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. It was hilarious. But we thought, like, okay, well, this is the moment where we're actually going to get a spark. We're actually going to go down and score. It's going to be good. And then I think, like, right away after that, Denver just went down. Just drove right down the field and scored. And that kind of was the last little bit that Wapsie had left in them. Because the final score was 39-12, I believe.
I thought it was 18.
39-18.
If you're hearing a buzz in the background, I have no idea what it is, but that is just us. No need to hate on us for that. It's not our audio. Hey, there it stopped.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's been picking up, but yeah, I don't think it's been picking up, so they wouldn't hear it. But
well, that's good. Shout out Ardia.
Yeah, but I want to say it was a good night, but it didn't end the way we wanted to.
It was a good afternoon.
Yeah. But I think the thing is, we're all sitting here, and I even thought this too, we're sitting here waiting for the game where this Wapsie team is going to show their full potential, because we haven't seen it yet. Maybe we have, and we just don't know it, but there was some decently high expectations from around here that, they were going to be good. And I'm not saying they're not good, because they are good. I kind of got to walk the line here, but
yeah,
we're waiting for that big breakout game that we're going to have. And hopefully that comes this Friday for homecoming here at Wapsie Valley. They will be taking on Southwind, I believe. And Southwind is somebody that Wapsie's had very good success in beating them the last few years.
I hope you mean football.
Yes, football.
Okay,
No, we're not talking about baseball and softball. That does not need to be brought up. But, yeah, we're kind of just...
I think Southwind's 0-2.
Are they? I'll look.
I think so.
We'll get into that a little later, but...
Want to talk about homecoming?
We can talk about homecoming for a little bit. So,
I love
obviously...
homecoming, even though that it's 3 days.
Yeah, 3-day homecoming week this week because of Labor Day. Labor Day was yesterday, so we didn't have school. We don't have school today. Teacher and service day. So 3-day week for homecoming. It's not the worst thing that can happen. If anything, I think most people are happy about it because they don't got to be in school. But do we know we know the homecoming court. I don't know if I can remember who all it is, but
I don't.
It's Braden Stratman and Callie Lampy, Ian Bazinski and Kate Reese,
Lexi Lansing and
Aiden Shannon,
Shannon,
Liza Riordan and Tucker Latterberg, and then I believe the last one is Jackson Adair and Anna Curley.
That sounds right.
Maybe we're forgetting somebody.
Maybe we're not.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we are. We don't know. I've kind of forgot who it all is. But
shout out to all of our candidates and the people that voted.
Yeah. Who do you think's going to win? Who you got winning? I got King Strat. We got King Braden Stratman winning.
Well, I'm a junior high kid. I didn't get to vote.
I voted.
Are you saying, like, who I would vote for?
Yeah, who would you vote for?
I haven't put a lot of thought into this.
Stir the pot a little bit, huh?
Probably Anna Curley and Jackson Adair.
You're not going to vote for Braden?
I mean,
that's like the thing that's going around,
King B. Strat.
B. Strat, yeah. Braden Stratman.
I mean, for this year, until I get into high school, I'll be on the watch, but,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get to be a part of homecoming this year. I do get to dress up as a cow for Farmer's Day. So.
My gosh.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, we're gonna roll into more of a recap here. We'll get away from homecoming for a little bit. We'll get back to it here, but the stats for Wapsie in the game against Denver was Kanan Decker went 1 for 5 and passing for 33 yards. Wapsie's not a pass-first offense in no way, shape, or form.
No.
They've never really have been since Kobe and Blade were here, but even then, we've always been known for running the ball
Yeah.
a lot and being good at it.
Did
And
Trayton Sauerbrei play? I thought he was
I don't
hurt.
think he did play. No, he didn't. Hunter Curley was the leading rusher, a sophomore, by the way.
Yeah.
20 attempts, 122 yards, so he had over 100 yards on the ground.
There you go.
Kanan Decker had 1 touchdown through the air. He had 1 touchdown on the ground, 82 rushing yards for him. So he was almost our leading rusher as a quarterback. And we run that quarterback draw, or that kind of that QB run a lot. That's something that we have seen over the last few weeks. Is sometimes they'll just roll Kanan out and he'll just run.
Well, Casey and Kobe used to run a lot.
Mm-hmm. But I think Kanan, he's a little bit stronger, bigger than Casey and Kobe were, but he's still a good passer. I mean, he could throw the ball well.
You should see our junior high practices because we have Casey O'Donnell and Kobe Reese as our
How's
coaches.
it going with that? You know?
Oh, it's fun because every once in a while we'll have a little competitions with them, linemen versus them. Oh my gosh. It's awesome.
Receiving wise, the only pass that Kanan Decker threw, or that was caught anyways, that night was to Ian Bazinski. He had 1 reception for 33 yards for 1 touchdown. So a passing touchdown, that was it. On defense, Tucker Latterberg was our...
Didn't he have 7 solos?
Yeah, 7 solo tackles, yeah.
I looked at the stats a few nights ago.
We're just going to look. Both teams did not throw the ball at all. A combined 11 pass attempts and a combined 6 receptions. 5 of them on Denver, 1 of them for Wapsie. They did have more passing yards, obviously, because they had more receptions. They had 72 yards compared to us at 33. We each had...
I really hope they don't pick that up because that's so annoying.
We only had... both teams only had 1 touchdown through the air. One of them... Denver's, I believe, was on the goal line, just a fade, kind of over Ian Bazinski's head.
Something that you would run in Madden.
Wapsie did throw 2 picks. Gosh, this is the highest pass rating I think I've ever seen in my life. Passing quarterback rating, 184.1. That is crazy. I mean, when you only throw 6 passes, you're probably going to get a high score if there's only 1 incompletion and he didn't throw any picks.
Well, Jared Goff was the highest for the NFL last year, and he was at 76.4?
No, it was in the hundreds, I believe.
No
Right?
way.
Wasn't it?
Through 18 weeks? There's
I don't
no
know.
way.
We'll see. Well, we're not going to look that up.
I know we don't get into the NFL here, but the Lions are going to make a playoff push.
We're not talking about the NFL. We're not getting into that. That's strictly forbidden on here. Defensively wise, no sacks. I should say, Kanan Decker got sacked 7 times.
Ooh, took a beating.
Yeah. Denver also had 13 tackles for loss. If you're wondering, another thing is our D-line was not really able to get much penetration. Did we have any sacks? No, we had no sacks that night. We only had 2 tackles for loss. They had 52 total tackles to our 33. And trying to look at this. They did have 1 pick six. It was a 42-yard pick six right there. It was kind of, I don't know if it was really just if I'm correct, it wasn't just a straight throw right to the DB.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was tipped to the DB and then he took it to the house. But Wapsie did have a kick return for a touchdown. 1. It was 87 yards from Ian Bazinski. That's kind of all, but we're kind of just... It was a rough game for them. They are coming back home to play Southwind, and then they do have... And you got to think about it. Denver's a 1A school.
Yep.
They're 1A in football anyways. So they're going to have more kids to choose from.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we're not trying to make excuses for anything.
But we're just making excuses.
We're just labeling the facts about the whole situation here because...
Labeling the facts about the whole situation, but not make... Yeah. You know what?
No,
You're right.
because no! That's... Okay. People at home, I am right. This guy is wrong.
When am I ever right?
Never.
I'll say it. I'm not right often. I'm not ashamed of it.
But
Do you want to get into volleyball?
yeah, you can get into volleyball.
So volleyball had a tournament over this past week, and Comet Round Robin Tournament is what the name of it. The first,
Charles City.
maybe
I believe it was Charles City. No, BCLUW.
that's who we played first.
Well, they're the Comets.
I gotcha. So we got BCLUW. Wapsie Valley came out with the dub 2-0 on that. I believe this is pool play. We got Hudson next. Wapsie Valley came out with a W there, 2-0 against Hudson. Wapsie Valley against South Tama also won 2-0 on a roll. And then they go over to play North Polk. And that's going to be a loss there. Wapsie Valley lost 2-0 in 2 sets. And then they go over to play Benton. That's going to be another loss for the Warriors in a 3 sets, 2-1. But that moves their overall record to 8-4. They play again tonight. I know this isn't going to go out, but it's Tuesday, September 5th. They play against Sumner Fredericksburg.
That's going to be a good game.
Yep.
That is going to be a really good game. We're not going to get into the preview on that one because this won't be out by then.
Sumner Fred is 6-2. Wapsie Valley is 8-4.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good game to kind of gauge how the season's going to go for them.
Yep.
I think that's something that Shepherd is looking forward to kind of see what type of talent he has in a fully packed house. Because I can guarantee you the gym here tonight is going to be packed.
Yeah, we don't have many home games, so the ones that we only have 3. So the ones that the Wapsie Valley Warrior fans can get to, it's going to be a loud crowd.
Yeah, and I know this is kind of looking ahead, but we got wrestling and basketball coming up here soon, probably a month or so.
Also probably
2 months.
The loudest.
Yeah, wrestling is usually when it gets really loud in there.
Yep.
Maybe that's just from me broadcasting them all, but I will say that Lisbon gym was loud with Warrior fans and Lisbon fans and all the different types of fans. And that's something that is kind of cool about high school sports is that it gets so loud.
Especially in small gyms like, our school is.
Yeah, we don't have the biggest gym, and when it's packed, it's loud.
Yep.
And they talk about it all the time in sports, the communication. You can't hear. It's deafening. I mean...
Yep.
You talk about that kind of stuff too. So,
do you want to get into our first segment, or do you want to go back, running back to homecoming?
Let's go to our first segment. We'll talk about homecoming a little later.
This is a staple in the Talk with the Tribe podcast. Zach knows the drill. He's pulling out his phone already. My personal favorite segment. I think I've stapled it to be my personal favorite segment. Ladies and gentlemen, screen time. If you don't know already, and this is probably the first episode that you're going to be watching, and you don't know what screen time is, it's basically me and Zach, and if we happen to have it a guest, they would pull out our phones, and we would go on to our screen time of the day before, so there's no cheating, because we usually film these in the morning. So we're going to go over to yesterday, September 4th. Zach, do you want to go first?
4 hours and 25 minutes for me.
Usually you always have like something else to say after. And it's like, this is why not.
We're not going to get to that. It's just 4 hours and 25 minutes.
I gotcha. Mine was 8 hours, 15 minutes, which for me is really good.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
8 hours. You spent a third of the day on your phone. Cool. Yeah, that sounds.
I don't know what
good
else
for you. I don't know.
This is my thing. 8 hours on my phone, 8 hours sleeping, and the other 8 hours I got to play sports. So I mean,
whatever. I'm done. That's not good.
I don't think it's that bad.
I don't know. Yeah, I've probably seen worse.
This is probably worse. 7 hours and 57 minutes on YouTube.
So you spent like an hour off of YouTube on your...
Not even, like 30 minutes.
Gosh. Alright, you want to get in the next one? Do we have an...
You said that you had some trivia lined up.
I think I do. Riker's going to hate me. But
if it's that FFA stuff...
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Oh my gosh, you guys have to listen to episode 9. Why did I almost say coach? Teacher Miss Willie of the FFA class? I don't even know what it is.
FFA chapter. That's what they call them, chapters.
And then Madison Richards, the president of 2023 FFA officers.
All right, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I got random sports trivia here.
Oh, no. Like all sports or Wapsie?
Here's the thing. We need someone to make us like a Warrior trivia deal.
Hey, anybody that's down to do that,
Do it.
hit us up.
We don't have like a Wapsie trivia thing. Like, we usually do it themed off of who the guest we usually have on is. Like with Miss Willie, we did FFA trivia.
Somehow she knew a bunch of that, which I didn't even know what Zach was talking about.
Because I want to, like, we want to do Warrior themed, Wapsie Valley themed trivia, but we just don't have
Trivia.
all the stuff for it. Yeah, we just don't have the questions for it. So we're sitting here trying to figure out what we're going to do for trivia today, because we haven't done it in 2 weeks, because we haven't had a guest on in 2 weeks. How do we do it?
Alright, let's do some trivia here.
Alright, first question. What is the diameter of a basketball hoop in inches?
Zach, you gotta be kidding me. I know you can fit 3 basketballs in it, but in it like 54. No, whoa.
Whoa. Bro,
Whoa.
I would not miss a shot if it was
Yes,
54.
you would.
No, I wouldn't.
I'm gonna go solid 24 inches, 2 feet. And that's really good size.
18.
18. I was close.
What is it called when a bowler makes 3 strikes in a row?
That's a turkey.
There you go. Thanksgiving dinner.
Thanksgiving dinner.
There's not a chance. You
Give
get
it to
this.
me.
How many dents or dimples does a golf ball have?
Oh, boy.
I swear, if you get this, I'll give you $5.
136.
336.
No way.
Yeah.
Nice. 300?
Yeah.
That golf ball's like really small.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy.
How big are those dents?
I don't know. The Triple Crown Award is given to a horse that wins which 3 races?
It's a horsey, the Kentucky Derby.
1.
Another derby that involves horses. Dude, I don't know. The Kentucky Derby is
That's
like...
all you care about is the Kentucky Derby?
I don't even watch it.
Usually there's 2 that people get right away, and that's the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont Stakes.
I don't even know what that is.
The last one, a lot of people really don't get it. That's the Peakness Stakes.
Ah.
I probably couldn't have been.
Everybody that watches The Wall knows. They know what they're doing right now. I believe that show's on NBC. It's pretty nice. Jolly old time.
Alright. Which golf tournament did Tiger Woods win by 12 strokes, cementing his first ever major championship win?
It's not the Masters, is it?
It's the Masters.
It's the
I
Masters.
almost thought it was the U.S. Open.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I'll give you an easy one. What does the NBA stand for?
National Basketball Association.
Correct.
Look at me go.
In motor racing, what color is the flag that they wave to indicate the winner?
Well, I used to watch a lot of NASCAR back in my 4-year-old days. I know green flag is go, yellow flag is just caution, and then red flag, everybody got to stop. I don't know any other flags.
There's like black and...
Oh, yeah. Isn't there like a blue something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with blue. I don't know.
Checkered. The white, black checkered flag.
I thought that was for the winner.
That's what the question was!
Oh, my...
Riker! Riker! Oh, my gosh. A major sell here.
Okay, I think I...
The question literally says, in motor racing, what color is the flag they wave to indicate the winner?
Okay, I technically got it right because I said, isn't that for the winner?
No, that does not count. You answered, your answer was yellow.
My answer was the right answer.
No. My gosh. How many holes are played in an average round of golf?
18.
Correct.
I've played Wii Sports before, Zach. Don't underestimate me. Wii Sports, ever heard of it?
Oh, yeah. Does that even do 18 holes? Does it? Oh, yeah.
If
Maybe
you
I
add it on
missed
the setting,
Yeah.
yes.
How long is a marathon?
26.2 miles.
Correct. Dang.
Hey, yesterday I watched Mr. Beast walk a marathon with size 40 shoes. So that's the only reason I know that.
Okay. In meters, how big is an Olympic-sized swimming pool?
Are we talking like just one? Just
One down.
50.
Yeah, you're correct. It is 50.
50.369.
No. 50 meters long and 25 meters wide.
Ah, I gotcha. So I did get it right, technically.
In football, how many points does a touchdown hold? Or how many points is a touchdown worth?
6.
Hopefully,
People like to say 7.
Hopefully you did not say 7. You still have to make the field goal.
No, we would know.
Yeah. Shout out Tucker Latterberg. What sporting equipment is used for striking a tennis ball? Or what is the...
Tennis racket?
Correct, the tennis racket. Yeah.
What? These are so easy, but I feel like they would be harder.
Gosh, I'm trying to... Okay, what type of race is the Tour de France?
Oh, Tour de France. Isn't that like biking?
Correct, yeah.
Nice.
Tour de France is a
Tour de
bicycle
France.
race.
Tour de France. Why do so many people watch that? I saw that that was like the #1 streamed thing ever, was the Tour de France.
That's crazy.
Which is nuts.
That's crazy. It's all the international. That's probably the reason. It's all international.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why a lot of people watch soccer. It's like the most watched sport in the world.
that's
Because
true.
here it's American football, but across the world it's soccer.
Here it's soccer.
No, it's not.
You said here it's American football, but across the world it's soccer.
What do you want me to call it? Football?
I mean, sure.
How many sports were included in the 2008 Summer Olympics?
You gotta be kidding me, Zach. I don't watch the Olympics. I wasn't even alive.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna go 46.
28.
I was gonna guess that.
I got a few more here. What sporting event is held every year on Memorial Day? Or Memorial Day weekend?
Probably a baseball game.
The Indianapolis 500.
That's why I don't watch it.
Gosh. Okay. What is the only sport ever to be played on the moon?
Dude. Was this like a... What was that guy's name?
Neil Armstrong?
Sure, yeah. Was that... Did he play
No.
it? Or
No, it was someone after him, I believe.
Moonball? That's a good name.
A round of golf.
How?
Yeah.
How would they play a round of golf?
I don't know. It says that's the answer.
Nice.
Alright, last one here. How old was Tiger Woods when he won the Masters? So his first ever major championship win was the Masters. How old was he?
Probably like 16.
21.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah. Alrighty, so there's your trivia for you. Hopefully you had a fun time with that. But
We need to get more of that.
yeah, we might just do that in episodes where we just don't have a lot to talk about. But
Example.
yeah.
Right here.
But we'll get into...
This is one of those episodes where we need to get something out, but we don't know what to do. So we have Zach pull up the trivia.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the JV game from last night before we get into our final stretch here for homecoming. But JV, Wapsie Valley gets a win. They bounce back from the loss against Jessup. They get a win over Hudson, 30-0 last night. It was a good game. Wapsie scored a lot in the first half. They only scored once in the second half. And by that time, we had started rotating in a bunch of freshmen and all that kind of stuff, so you kind of expect that. But I think what was more important to us was that they didn't score. The defense played great.
Mhm.
The offense did its job. If anything, we were kind of looking at the offense from last week's game. The offense just was not rolling at all. The offense was not able to go down the field and score. So now knowing that we can put up 30 points a game in a game, that's something that is going to be really good for us going forward, knowing that we have the option to, or the offense can produce like it's supposed to. And the defense played great too. Obviously, they didn't let up any points, so the defense was able to get a stop right away, and kind of that stuff too. But you have anything to say?
Well, we haven't done the most important thing that we've been arguing about all morning.
The talk of the Tribe Athlete of the Week.
That's correct.
All
I
right.
think we both settled.
Let's do homecoming first, and then
Think so?
we will get into the talk of the Tribe Athlete of the Week.
Talk to the Tribe Podcast, Athlete of the Week.
All right, so I'm gonna look up Varsity Bound here quick. We're gonna talk about Wapsie versus Southwind. So, Wapsie comes into this game 1-1, a win against Jessup, a loss against Denver. I'm gonna look up Southwind real quick.
I think they're 0-2.
Are they?
Yeah. Dang. Which is good for Wapsie.
Yeah, it's something that Wapsie can kind of get a gauge on. Yes, they are 0-2. They lost to North Butler 22-14, and then they lost to Starmont 14-9. So, Wapsie comes into this game probably as favorites.
Yep.
If I'm guessing.
I mean, I would say so.
I would say so as well. Again, Wapsie, or both of these teams do not pass the ball a lot. Southwind is, I think we've known them. They run kind of everything that we're expecting Southwind to run. Almost said Northwind. They don't pass the ball a lot. They hand the ball off a lot, and they usually have a pretty good defense. Their leading tackle, their leading solo tackle player has 14 solo tackles with 3 tackles for loss. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how Wapsie handles it, because they're going to go up against a decently good defense. The defense,
they're bigger, aren't they?
I would imagine.
Like they're a bigger team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that's something that Wapsie's had trouble with on the offensive and defensive line.
Yep.
Is that Denver was just bigger. I mean, they had a lot of guys that were bigger, that were taller. And that's something that's going to hurt you, especially for offensive line. Some of our guys, and even Foster said this, and I've said this probably a bazillion times at this point, the offensive line is a little undersized. They're not as big as a Denver or as a 1A school, for that matter, or even just an A school in South Winneshiek. They're not the biggest team ever, but they're good enough, and they have good enough technique that we know.
They got the mama mentality. And if you don't know what that is, that's like the most scary mentality in the world. Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, and I think we know that this offense, we know what it's capable of. And we know that they are capable of putting up a lot of points. This is going to be a game where they need to. This is a game that they need to show how good they really are.
Yep.
And we're going to look from this game and see how it goes. And this is kind of the moment. We've gotten past the first 2 weeks, so you can't say, it's early in the season, we don't have stuff figured out yet. No, we're 3 weeks in. You better have everything figured out.
Yep.
So if this offense is not able to produce as much as we all kind of thought they were going to coming into the season, then we know what this offense is going to bring for the rest of the year.
Yep.
And we know the defense is going to be good. Cody Jones always has a good defense. He's had it since
the beginning of time.
Yeah. It's always been good. So we know what the defense is capable of, and we know what the offense is capable of, because we've seen it the last 5-6 years from Foster. And obviously Dwayne hasn't been here for that long, but even when Tony was here, the offense was still productive, and it was really productive. with some good players like Kobe Reese and Blade Bellis. And we have those good players. Kanan Decker's a good quarterback. Ian Bazinski's a good wide receiver. Manny Huebner's a good wide receiver.
Yeah.
Hunter Curley and Trayton Sauerbrei are both good running backs. Garrick Miller, he is a good fullback.
Yeah.
This offense has a lot of good players. Now it's just we need to put everything together, march down the field, and score a bunch of points. And this is going to be the game where it needs to happen.
Quote that. Somebody please quote that. So, Zach, I don't want to give myself, or my team some shout-outs here. But the junior high plays this Thursday against Olwine at Wapsie. I don't know when this is going to come out, but...
Not going to be up by then.
Don't think so?
I don't think so.
But we're going to try to, hopefully,
get it
beat
up
Olwine.
by then.
Beat Olwine.
Yeah, hopefully beat Olwine.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Is it time? I think it's time.
I wanted to say something real quick.
Go ahead and say something.
We do have a few freshman, sophomore players that do need some recognition.
Yes, we do.
First off, Briggs Bamey. He played great last night. He threw I think he threw 2 touchdown passes, as long as he was kind of the game manager for the offense. That's what you need from a quarterback. You need a leader, and he's done that in fantastic fashion.
Same with basketball. He's really young, but he's
really good. And Caleb Hogan as well. He's kind of that same thing like Briggs. He's going to be a leader in the huddle, someone that you need to lead the huddle. He's going to lead it. Caden Dana, we haven't said it a whole lot. I don't know what to say. He's so
What
good.
is it? What isn't there? Is there a bad thing about Caden Dana?
No, he's so good. I mean, he runs the ball really well. He plays great defense. Last night, Hudson ran an option away from him to the other sideline. He ran all the way around and made the tackle.
Oh my God.
That is nuts. That is crazy. Landon Molds, great receiver. He had a bunch of good catches last night. He had a bunch of good catches against Denver as well. And
Don't underestimate his basketball talent either.
Even though we've talked some, bad things about him, he's a really good football player. And then lastly,
Me and Landon Molds, we're good friends.
lastly, the offensive line. I'm gonna give a shout out to them. They were able to give our quarterbacks time, and even though Hudson was probably bigger than we were, that didn't stop us from, putting up 30 on them. So,
Yep.
shout out. That's our recognition for them. But we're gonna get into the Talk of the Tribe Athlete of the Week real quick.
Just wait, we got Zach to have to post on the Instagram story about it.
Yeah, that's like my duties now. Is I just gotta post it. Know who the Talk of the Tribe Athlete of the Week is. You want to do the honorable mentions first? So we have.
You can.
You can do the volleyball honorable mentions.
All right, volleyball the volleyball honorable mention
There
is
we
going to
go.
be Taylor Brewer. This whole weekend, she had 35 kills, which is swell, which is good. And then I believe you have. Can I say one football one?
Sure.
Because you have the other honorable mention and then the actual.
Go.
All right. The other one we have Caden Dana. Caden Dana is a 9th grader, freshman, and had a really good game. Really, really, really good game. We talked about him before. He's so fast. He's unstoppable. He just makes tackles. It's super scary to line up against him. It's nuts.
Yeah, he's really good. But I got a few more honorable mentions, and then we'll get into the Talk of the Tribe Athlete of the Week. A few honorable mentions. Jake Shore.
Yep. For sure. He deserves so much recognition.
Yeah, he's just a force to be reckoned with on defense. Ian Bazinski had the kick return for a touchdown. Also had the touchdown reception as well. He played great as well. And then our last one, I'm going to give a shout out to Jackson Adair.
Oh yeah.
This might have not been from the Denver game. I believe it was from the Jessup game. He was everywhere.
All over the place.
Yeah, he was really controlling the interior of the defensive line. So, we're going to do our Talk of the Tribe Athlete of the Week. And the Talk of the Tribe Athlete of the Week is Caden Decker, Wapsie Valley starting quarterback. I wanted to give it to him last week. I was kind of forced against my will. And it's not that Trayton didn't deserve it. I just thought since Caden got hit so many times, and yet he was still able
He's
to
a
get
tough
back
kid.
to the... Yeah, he does not give up whatsoever. He is going to be there until you go out and get him and bring him off the field.
Yep.
He is going to be in there as much as possible. And for him to have that type of resilience, to him to be that leader for Wapsie Valley, he controls that offense.
Yep.
The offense is in his ballpark, and he's really taken it by the reins and run with it. And he's done a great job so far. He almost was our leading rusher in the Denver game. I mean, he can run, he can pass. We haven't seen him throw the ball that much. Obviously, we haven't thrown the ball that much. But even when we don't throw the ball, he's not making the bad decisions. Obviously, the one got tipped, that kind of stuff, and, you're going to have hiccups here and here. But overall, a great showing from him. And overall, I think we're going to, like I said earlier, we're going to be looking forward to homecoming for this Wapsie Valley team. And this is really going to be the game where we see what this offense and what this team as a whole is capable of. Because we don't have a freshman game for a while. We don't have JV till next Monday. They head on the road to Dyke, I believe. So we're going to see. We'll get back at you next week for another episode of the Talk of the Tribe podcast. It'll be the recap of volleyball. They play Sumner Fred tonight. We're not gonna get into it because it's not gonna be up tonight. But we'll get into that next week, as well as we'll have the recaps from cross country meet is tonight at Wartburg as well. I believe that's all. Obviously football plays Friday. JV plays Monday. So that's all for us.
I think that's it.
You think that's it for us? All right. So we thank you for listening to the Talk of the Tribe podcast, episode 10. The rivalry continues. Another chapter has been written, and the book has been shut until next year. So
until volleyball, if we play them there.
That's true.
The book is back open, and the door is open.
Okay. But we thank you for listening to episode 10 of Talk of the Tribe podcast. As always, before we cut off.
Oh, God.
I was told that we need to have a lot more enthusiasm when we say Go Warriors at the end.
A lot more enthusiasm. Here we go. I'm setting up. Here we go, everybody. All right, here we go.
Until next time,
Go Warriors!